things that I felt, my whole experience within those 10 days. The object isn't to make art, it's to be in that wonderful state which makes art inevitable. Subconscious reprogramming and inner child healing, it takes you deep into that story. This is what I've been working on. So this is going to be a writing vlog. I'm going to take you through a day in my life. It's currently 6 a.m. I've been starting super early so that I could get the words flowing and on the page. And today I'm actually doing something different. I am having English breakfast tea. My desk is such a mess at the moment. I have my tea, and because I start so early, I have normally just this lamp on. This is what I've enjoyed listening to. Honestly, when I put this on, I feel like I am in a morning meditation. And so to combine writing and this music just feels so good. Starting as soon as I wake up and I'm still in my pajamas allows me to listen with clarity. My brainwaves have transitioned from a deep sleep state into theta waves. I am awake, but my mind is still relaxed and has not yet processed too much information from the day ahead yet. Okay, so it's a couple of hours later now. It's 9 a.m. and as you can tell, it's gotten a little bit more brighter. I'm actually going to take a break now and make something to eat.
It is your language to communicate emotions, thoughts, have arisen from one person, and that is you. Your intuition is without supersede.
So there are a couple of things that I like to take during this time. I like to make a cacao. This is a matcha mint cacao, which is great because it's for vitality and focus. And then I do have a couple of essences as well. This one is I Am Earthed, and this one is I Am Goddess by Orchid Street. Then I also have some supplements. This is currently the one I'm taking. And then I've just washed my mug that I used earlier for the English breakfast tea, and then I'll make my cacao in there. Okay, this thing honestly is such a game changer. It was only, I think, $1 from IKEA, and whoa, I use it to mix my cacao. Whilst I sip on my matcha mint cacao, I thought I would get you up to speed on what I am up to. This morning has been great since I have already outlined the stories and the chapters and the quotes and the lessons which will be in each chapter. I find it easy for myself to work through a chapter with a post-it note. So I write the title of the chapter on the top, and then it has the quote, story, and the lessons that I'm working on. So this morning I've been working on, I forgot which chapter this is. I think it's like 5 or 6, one of the ones in the middle. It's about discovering your inner world. And the quote it's inspired by is, we don't see things as they are, we see things as we are. And this is from the French-born American novelist, diarist, and writer of short stories and erotica, Anais Nin. Then I've got my story here, which says Vipassana, and this takes you along the journey for what happened there, big revelations, big insights into my inner world. And then eventually the lessons in regards to subconscious reprogramming, inner child healing, and how I incorporated all of these modalities as well as meditation into what I'm doing now. And also the law of correspondence. So as above, so below. So as you can see, it's very much weaved in together. And this is where I stick it on. And I'm working on my laptop. I have a couple of others there, but this just allows me to make reference to it. And it fits actually perfectly in this little square area. Stephen King once said, "Write with the door closed, then rewrite with the door open." Because this is my first draft, this is part of my book writing process where the door is still closed. And all I'm doing is letting the words flow. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much done with this chapter, and I thought I would highlight it all and show you what the word count is. Word count is currently 3,579. So my aim is between 4,000 and 5,000 words per chapter. This one is looking like I can add some more stuff in, but it doesn't really matter if the other chapters are a little bit longer. So I'm happy with that. So I don't particularly like to write with the word count on and readily available for you to see. I know other people like doing this, but for me, it's more so tapping into the memory and depicting the story in such a way where I can get the reader to really live in that moment, like they're right there with me. And so I like to look at the end word count when everything is pretty much written on the page. Then I can feel like I can have additional descriptive words or improve on my figurative writing. Essentially, my end goal isn't necessarily to have a final word count for the day. It's more so to squeeze my creative juices out in writing and sharing the story and painting the picture as best as I can. In saying that, of course, yes, there are word counts that are needed for each chapter or overall. I'm going for 40 to 50,000 words. And so if I calculate that between the chapters, that's pretty much 4,000 to 5,000 words per chapter. But then if some chapters are a bit longer than the others, then it's okay for, let's say, this one to be around 3,500 words. Okay, now I am going to stimulate if I can get these headphones off. I think I might read or watch something just so that I can still stay active, but be enamored in a completely different way as opposed to just continuing on writing. I'm going to take a quick break and then come back to it. Just went down to get a parcel delivery, so let's open it together. I'm sure these are easy to open. Yay! Just in time. It is The Creative Act, A Way of Being by Rick Rubin. Okay, so quick story time with this. I actually ordered it from Kinokuniya Books, which is here in Australia. It's the largest bookstore in Australia, and that's actually where I held my book launch for my first debut book, Wonder Love. So I called up because it hasn't arrived in Australia just yet. It's been out in America worldwide, but Australia likes to get things very late. So I called up and they put on hold a couple of copies that were signed by the author, signed by Rick Rubin. And it was on hold for 7 days. Now, I didn't get to it until the 8th day, which I was so bummed about because then I went there and then they had already put the copy back on the shelves. And so I missed out on the copy. But then thankfully it is available on Amazon. I mean, the signature was the cherry on top, but I'm still glad that I got a copy of this book. I actually really like how it's hardcover. The object isn't to make art. It's to be in that wonderful state which makes art inevitable. I know I'm going to love it already. After having brunch, I went out for a walk to get some fresh air. I noticed every little thing on these walks, the birds, flowers, details of different leaves, really taking time to soak in everything that surrounds me, whether big or small. It started raining. I didn't have an umbrella, but I actually didn't mind it. I felt the raindrops to be very refreshing. Okay, now I have changed back to my robe. And yes, if you are wondering, this girl wears the same thing. I pretty much do. For lounge wear, I like to wear either kimonos or robes that are made of silk or cotton, anything that's breathable and anything that feels really nice on the skin, because my skin is quite sensitive to materials. So I am just going to continue on writing here on the couch, switching locations, finish off my coffee and use this tray, catch myself back up on here and write for the rest of the afternoon. A few writing snacks for ultimate brain power. We've got EDA Yummy Mix. So like peas and corn. I actually really love this. Salted chickpeas, edamame, pea and corn mix. And then cacao, so something a little bit more on the chocolatey side. Almonds with cacao. And then golden goodness, so the almonds with turmeric and ginger. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this writing vlog here. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey and tuning into another video. I'll leave a link below for you to be the first to get a copy of my brand new book and all the exciting happenings around it. You'll get updates on when you'll be able to pre-order it, and it would mean the absolute world to me. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, always sending you all the groovy love. Welcome back to another vlog. So here's the outfit. Some wide leg pants, this velvet blazer,